Yo, what's up everybody? How's it going? Today, we're doing something a bit different. We have recently had a big change on the channel, the change in schedule. And along with this change, I said I want to do some experimentation. Now, today's the first day of that experimentation. Recently, the biggest Dota 2 custom game has been Brotato. Brotato is incredibly popular, so much so that it's soaking up all of the servers and you can't even play any other custom games anymore. I've also made a couple videos on Brotato and people really enjoyed them and they got a lot of views. But here's the thing about Brotato. It's actually kind of plagiarism. Like, it's very, very similar to a different game, so much so that they didn't even bother hiding it in their name. There is a game called Brotato that is much older than Brotato and is just incredibly similar. And today, I thought we could play some Brotato. We can have a look at the game, I can show you how it works, I can give you my opinion on it, and then also we can compare it to Brotato. Now, I also decided to make this a 3-hour video just because those tend to do well, and then I don't have to play any Dota today. So, you know. Anyway, let's get into it then, shall we? So this is Brotato. This is a game that's all about... sorry, let me start this out. This is a roguelike, but also kind of like an arena shooter style game. You'll see. Let's just get into it. First things first, we have to pick a character. You can see it's a huge number of characters available. We're gonna go ahead and just start with well-rounded because that's kind of like the most basic character. Then you pick a weapon. There are a couple of weapons available. These will vary based on which character you picked. I'm just gonna go ahead and start out with, I think, the pistol. It's a very basic weapon. And then you choose difficulty. There are up to, well, I guess there's 6 difficulties, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna go and play on 0 right now because that's the baseline difficulty, just so, you know, kind of get to see that. And then we pick this. So we load in. You can see here there are enemies that run at us and we have to fight them off. These little alien dudes, so I'm not entirely sure what they're supposed to be, but these little guys, they attack us and we have to kill them and we have to survive. If they touch us, we take damage, as you can see. If we kill them, they drop currency. We need to pick up that currency to get money. You can see up in the top left corner how much money we have. There's a bit more nuance to that. Don't worry, we will get to it. We have leveled up. In the top left corner, you can see there are a total of 4 different values. First is our HP, below that is our experience and our level. Every time we gather up currency, we also gather experience and we gain bonus stats every time we level up. So you can see we are now level 1, so we get to choose a boost here. I'm going to go ahead and pick harvesting. And then we go into the shop. This is an auto chess style shop. You can see we have 4 things to choose from. I'm gonna go ahead and just pick up a pistol and a fist. I like buying some weapons early because they're pretty nice. But we can also re-roll. So we have spent some money now, we have re-rolled, and you can see there are some more things we can buy. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy another pistol. And why don't we sell this fist immediately and buy the SMG here? We can lock things individually if we want to. But if we go on to the next wave, everything we haven't locked will be automatically re-rolled. There's no way to level up the shop. The shop will just level up kind of as we go through the game and more powerful items will become available. Now you may notice that I have the pistol 3 times. Yes, we get just the same stuff multiple times, that's fine. There's some more nuance to that, we will get to it. On the right side are our stats. You can see everything in white is kind of at its default 0. Everything in green has been increased. So we've got increased harvesting, increased speed, increased range, and increased maximum HP. Let's get to wave 2 and then see from there. So we go ahead and kill some guys. You may notice that those currencies that we just picked up, those crystals, they gave us twice the money. There was a little 2 times multiplier. That's because those are leftovers from last round. Anything we don't pick up in a round will be gathered up for us and will be put into that little pocket. And then next round, when we kill things, you can see right now we have 4 things in that pocket. The first 4 kills that we get will drop a 2 times value currency, so we can get the money then. But it doesn't actually count towards our current existing resources. We have leveled up again, so we can get something here. Let's get range damage. That's generally nice, and because we actually leveled up twice, we can also get some maximum HP. That seems good. And then here we are, we're in the shop again. Now here is something you can see that's very common in this game. There are a lot of items that will give us a boost into one stat and then reduce other stats. But generally speaking, the boosts are bigger than the reductions. So in theory, if we were to just buy all of the items all of the time, we would end up with, you know, infinite stats in a way, right? It would generally increase. There are also some items that just give bonus stats without, you know, restrictions. Now, the goal of the game is to make it to wave 20. At wave 20, there's a boss wave where we either kill the boss or we survive the wave, and then we win the game. So we will not go forever, although there is an endless mode if you want to play it. Alright, let's get some more weapons, and then we'll lock the glasses. I like having plus 20 range, that's nice. You can see now we have 6 weapons. That is the maximum amount of weapons we can have. Although this varies from character to character. There are some characters that can have more, some characters that can have less. Lots of characters actually have weapon restrictions. That's a very, very common thing, very normal. So we'll come in here and just shoot these guys here. We're using guns right now, and there are synergies. Don't worry, I will explain it. Let's go ahead and kill this guy because he drops a chest. That is an item that we can now choose. So we can increase our HP regeneration at the cost of some luck. That's probably worth it. Then we leveled up again. Now we can say we like this, or we can also re-roll it. So I can say, you know what, these are actually very nice. Let's re-roll this, and then maybe we get some more harvesting. All right then. So, couple of things. You can see here, this is a prime example of what I said earlier, where things generally go up. We can buy plus 20 range, and then over there we can go buy plus 1 range damage and minus 5 range. That will mean if we buy both, we have plus 1 range damage and plus 15 range, and overall increase, which is nice. So that's what we'll do. We'll lock that SMG. Now, you can see here that this SMG is a gun. And we have synergies. Now, this is something that's actually pretty interesting about Brotato compared to other auto chesses. Usually in auto chesses, to get synergies, you need different, unique, like weapons or units from that synergy. You can't just get the same one over and over again. Brotato does not make that differentiation. Brotato says if you have 6 guns, even if it's the same gun 6 times, then that is fine. That counts. So you get the full bonus, which is 50 range. A lot of weapons have 2 synergies. That's pretty, I would say most weapons have 2 synergies, but some only have 1. And yeah. Okay, I guess we are ready to go. Let's just get back into it. There's another wave coming up here. Now, guns are a little bit questionable in terms of late game strategy from my experience. I'm not an expert on the matter. I have played quite a lot of this game, like I've played around 26 hours of it by now. Although I have to say a lot of it was just spent bashing my head against the wall to beat level 5 without having too many unlocks. You get unlocks for this game for beating the different difficulties with different characters. So there is a lot of value to just kind of playing it with all of the different characters. We'll get more range damage, and I don't think I want crit chance. I'm gonna get some more HP. Aha, interesting. All right, let's go ahead and have a look at all of this stuff. But let me first finish my other thought. So you get unlocks with new weapons for beating the game on different difficulties with different characters. So my problem was that I kind of hadn't done that, and I was just trying to beat difficulty 5 with some characters, even though it was basically, it was just kind of impossible because I didn't have enough stuff unlocked yet. I mean, it wasn't actually impossible, it was just really, really, really hard. And that's definitely a part of this game where, as you don't have so many things unlocked at the beginning, the game is actually kind of more difficult. I know that's not always true for these styles of games. There's sometimes just unlocking additional things dilutes the pool of things you can get. But in here, a lot of the items that you unlock are actually very, very powerful. So, you know. Anyway. So, Bödwaspe, thank you very much for the 6 months. Now, what we can do is we can combine our weapons to make them more powerful. So I can take this gun and I can combine it because I have 2 guns of the same level. And you can see now I have a pistol 2. I can also do this again with this and then combine this again. Now I have a pistol 3. So that's a way you can level up your stuff, right? And every item can be leveled up to level 4, which is the maximum. Although I don't believe that every item is available as a level 1 or level 2. Some items are only available as high level stuff, but everything can be upgraded. Let's go ahead and get this. And ooh, we can get this coupon. The snake is tempting. Ooh, maybe we can do a build I've been wanting to do. No, that's not. Well, maybe we'll do that later. There's a build idea that I've had for a while now that I think is really neat. But it requires very specific pieces to work, and the snake is one of them. So anyway, we have a gun now that is much more powerful, which is nice, right? So that gives us like a lot of additional strength here. And we're just gonna keep fighting our way through this. There are trees that spawn. These trees we can kill to pick up what they drop, which is usually some currency, always some healing, and sometimes we get these little boxes here. And those are just kind of free items that we drop. Those weird little green plant things, those are healing. So we oftentimes do want that if we can. 45 range, let's get that. Sick. And we'll get this revolver and then a sharp bullet. Projectiles pierce through 1 additional target, and minus 20% piercing damage, minus 5% damage. So this would reduce our damage output, but because we pierce, it's gonna drastically increase our damage output. It's actually a really good and really important item to get. And then I'll get another Gummy Berserker, although right now, problem we are a bit squishy. So if you look on the right side here, you can see we have minus 2 armor, which isn't great. Our damage is kind of down, but we're getting the other stuff upgraded. We have a lot of range. Now, we can actually look at this range as a bit of a resource. There are things that will give us minus range, which is nice because it will then also, you know, because we have so much of it, so we can kind of sacrifice a bit of it. But yeah, this right here is also really important, harvesting. So at the end of each wave, we gain materials and experience, and this increases by 5% every time it activates until wave 20, and then decreases by 20% instead. So the way this works is it basically gives us money, and it kind of like accelerates. In Brotato, this same value exists, but it has a random chance on it. In here, you just get the number, which I think is a lot nicer. Makes it so that I actually know how much I'm getting and I can plan it a bit better. Alright, so we're kind of gonna just fight our way through these things. You can see there are now some more dangerous enemies. Those little fellas, they are much faster, much tankier, and they will charge right at us, which is kind of scary. I gotta say, those guys, the ones with the brown little hat, I don't know what that's supposed to be, really. Is that supposed to be their, like, skull? Or is their skin missing? I'm a little unsure what they are, but either way, you know the ones I'm talking about, right? The ones that are coming at us at full speed. Those guys are honestly pretty scary. Not because they're incredibly powerful, but because they run around as individuals, so they can be a bit difficult to deal with. Alright then, let's just get more harvesting. I always like getting a lot of harvesting. Alright, there's another gun. So, what I like to do, generally speaking, is I kind of like to have some variety, so I'm just gonna go ahead and buy that gun. That seems fine. I'll go ahead and roll a little bit. So far, nothing that I really like, I gotta say. This is not too bad. 20% chance to instantly attract a material when it's dropped, and plus 10 range. So we'll just pick that up. I don't want to roll too much, because every time we roll, the cost of rolling goes up. So it becomes kind of expensive. And we're still pretty early in the game. Right now, I'm not too worried about having enough damage. Honestly, just having 6 weapons at this stage is enough to kill the enemies. So I'm more worried about establishing my economy a little bit. There are certain items we can get in the store that are really, really good for building early economy. So I like rolling for them just on the off chance that we get it. Alright, we'll go ahead and take these guys down. No big deal. Yeah. It is a very satisfying game, I have to say. I love having the ranged weapons. That's definitely something I think is just fantastic. They feel nice. So, now we can get more ranged damage, or get extra attack speed. Let's get the extra attack speed, and nice, we can get ourselves plus 12% damage. Just go ahead and keep barreling along with our damage upgrades. Now you saw I bought a weapon right there, even though I have 6 weapons and it automatically combined. That's because I had like a second one of that with which it could combine. Sell something here to get this double-barreled shotgun. And then we can get plus 4% dodge, plus 4 harvesting, but we lose some range damage. Is that fine? That seems okay. That seems fine. And we can get 8 max HP and give up some dodge. So we kind of didn't really gain any dodge, but we got a lot of HP, which is fine. I think that's pretty good. And then free rolls? Well, why not? Let's get some free rolls going on. 15 materials when you pick up a crate. Probably not. Let's just go. Let's just go. We'll just kind of keep, you know, advancing through. I mean, we're playing on a fairly low difficulty. Although, I do have to say, the difficulties actually don't scale that much. Like, yes, the higher difficulties are certainly more difficult. But, you know, it's not like, for example, in Slay the Spire, where if you compare, like, an Ascension 20 run to a baseline run, then it's basically an entirely different game. It isn't like that. The higher difficulty is more difficult, but as you saw, I did actually manage to beat the maximum difficulty with a bunch of characters while I didn't really have anything unlocked yet. That was like almost one of the first things I did. My first 5 runs were just kind of going for each increasing difficulty. Because, you know, that's just how I am. Okay. Engineering range. Let's just get more range. It's just kind of fun. All right. Reroll this. We can get experience gain and give up some range. So that's good. We are happy to use up our range, right? Like, we have plenty of range to give. We'll get rid of this shredder because we can get a better one. And nothing so far. Laser gun. Ooh, a big laser gun at that. We can get a bunch of range damage over there, but that's probably not worth it. We do have lifesteal. That's nice because we don't actually use elemental damage. So that's fine. Pretty happy about that. Now, one thing that should be said about Brotato, of course, is it is very similar to some other games as well. Like, it is a combination of Vampire Survivors and SNKRX. And SNKRX is really just a roguelike that has an auto chest more, right? But to me, there's plenty to differentiate itself. While Brotato, and I don't want to make this video entirely about Brotato, don't worry. I just want to discuss it a little bit because I think it's interesting. While Brotato really copied this game wholesale. I mean, you can look at it. It's just such basic elements as the materials that opponents drop are green crystals. They just took that in its entirety. Now, you might say, well, that could just be a coincidence. And like, sure, but look at everything else, right? Ooh, interesting. Plus 40% attack speed while standing still. Do we want to be a standing still build? Why not? Let's see. Maybe we can make that work somehow. Or maybe we just get ourselves the movement speed back. We definitely need some armor if we want to stand still, but let's get the movement speed for now. There's dodge. That's not too bad. We could definitely get some value out of that. Or just 12 more harvesting. Just make some more money. Alright, that's always nice. Here, 12% damage, but we lose some range, but that's fine. We have lots of range. Right, that's something we're happy to give up. There's a double-barreled shotgun. We already have one of these, so we can upgrade it. And then the peacock, which increases how much experience we gain. That's actually great. Alright, I think we're ready to go. Okay, So one other thing is that Brotato, of course, also just like copied a lot of the synergies. It copied the actual stats that you have. And there are certainly some differences, right? They made some changes to certain elements, that is for sure. Like something like S-Strike, for example, doesn't exist in here. Although from what I hear, S-Strike is something they took from a different game. Now, let me also say this, that's actually fine. I don't mind it if games take ideas or inspirations or even whole mechanics from other games. That's just how game development works as a whole. But I do think we can all agree that there's clearly a bit of a difference between that and what Brotato did, right? Where it's just the same game. You guys just made the same game in a different engine. Alright, let's get ourselves some HP regeneration and trade for some lifesteal. We can get 15% attack speed and we can get some more dodge. That sounds good. Alright, roll here. More glasses, that's fine. We don't have a gun at that level, so we can't really use that. There's the medical gun. This one is kind of nice. We can get a medal, 3 max HP, 3% damage, 1 armor, and 3 speed. 4 in trade of some crit damage. I think that's fine. We'll just not crit. I just bought a second one accidentally. What did we buy? Engineering. I lost some attack speed. That's not what I wanted to do. That's okay. That's on me. And then we can get here 20 range, 10% attack speed, minus 2% lifesteal. That's okay too, I think. 10% attack speed is nice, especially since we actually just lost some attack speed by accidentally buying something else. Alright, so we'll take these guys. Now, one thing that I think makes Brotato significantly worse is its monetization. Brotato is actually a very cheap game. On mobile, it's literally free with some ads, but on PC, it will only run you like $3 as well. It's not expensive in any way. I think it's $3 or $4, so absolutely affordable. However, Brotato, of course, is free. You can just play it. It is fully free to play. You just need to download Dota, and then within Dota, you just download the mod. The difference here is that Brotato is designed and structured for that free-to-play model, while Brotato isn't. Brotato just wants you to play the game and have a good time with it, which means Brotato is designed to let you beat the game, right? As you will go through Brotato, and that's very much been my experience with it, it always feels possible to kind of keep advancing. I always feel like, oh, I made a mistake here, I played this badly, or maybe I just, you know, got a bit unlucky. But at the end of the day, I could have beat this. This was possible. If I had gotten some different drops, if I had made some better decisions, I could have done it. I do not have that same experience with Brotato. I don't know if that's just me or if you guys feel similarly, but when I play Brotato, I always have to ask myself, can I even beat this? Or do I need to grind more on a lower difficulty to unlock the out-of-game equipment to boost up my kind of account level so that I can beat this run? If you are somebody who's just starting out Brotato and you go into difficulty 5, you will not be able to do anything. You will die in a single hit. And there's not a mistake you made there, well, other than going into difficulty 5, right? And that's just by design. You're not supposed to beat it. Oh, there's more range. How much range do we have? Way too much range, I have to say. Way too much range. All right. But the reason why Brotato does that is because they want you to buy the Battle Pass. With the Battle Pass, you will be leveling up more quickly. They want you to kind of get hooked on the game. That's why the first 3 difficulties are nice and beatable. You can make it through them and feel like, okay, nice, I'm progressing. But then you hit the wall at difficulty 4. And difficulty 4, you are gonna need to grind. But at this point, you're already a bit committed. So now, when you go to grind, you can either just actually grind, or you can maybe, you know, if you just buy the battle pass, you still have to play the game. It'll just be a bit faster. You won't have to spend as much time. And of course, the battle pass is more expensive than 3 copies of Brotato combined. So that is probably a bit of a problem, isn't it? But that's just kind of how it is. Ooh, we get some dodge while standing still. I think we'll just stand still, friends. I don't think we're moving too much today. I mean, we're still moving right now, but that's because we need to build up some defense, right? Bowler hat, that seems good. Let's get the metal plate, just tank up. Shredder gun, level this up. So we have an epic there as well. Lots of nice epics already. Lots and lots and lots of them. One moment, I need to check something here really quick. There we go. Alright then. Do we want this? We have 109 harvesting, which is really most of our income because our damage output is actually like a little mid. This actually seems okay. If we want to stand still, you do need to actually have pretty good survivability because ranged projectiles will hit you. I mean, obviously, for standing still, you're gonna get hit, right? Like, I don't think that's surprising, is it? So we do need to kind of keep that in mind a bit. Alright. Just kind of shoot these guys as they approach. They don't stand much of a chance. We'll take them all down. Now, something that I think makes Brotato really interesting, and also is another thing where we see that Brotato copied it, but then actually modified it a little bit. In Brotato, when you level up your character, and it still has the same level up system, right? So leveling up as you, or like playing the game, levels up your hero, and that gives you general stats. In Brotato, you don't really get to choose what those are. You're just made more powerful. While here, you are in control. You get to decide what your upgrades are, like I just did right there. And I find that really interesting, that change. To me, it feels much better here. This feels way, way nicer. And the reason why, I think, I've been thinking about this, but the reason why is just because I feel like I can do fixes. So you can see, if we check the right side here, most of everything is now in the green, except for the things that I actively don't care about. But I can fix stuff up. Earlier we had -2 armor, I think even -4. Now we're at 9. I've increased my dodge chance. I fixed up my speed. Those level ups allow me, the player, to kind of continuously make sure that I am actually getting more powerful in the way that I want to get more powerful. While in Brotato, the upgrades are just kind of applied for me, and they're pretty generic, right? I don't even get to see them, really. What that means is I don't have that level of insight. I don't have that level of control. So while they copied that system, I do think they actually just made it worse, which is curious, isn't it? Now, I don't want to just be harping on Brotato the whole time. There are a couple of things that Brotato did that I think it did better. For example, the shop in Brotato, I think, is better than the one in Brotato. The problem Brotato's shop has, especially as the game kind of nears its later stages, is that 4 items in the shop is just not that many items. It's a pretty limited selection. And because it is a very limited selection, I often feel like I don't have a lot of good choices available. I need to roll a lot, and if I then don't get lucky, if I then don't get something that I want, I can't really upgrade my character. I am just kind of stuck with what I've got. And that doesn't feel great. I will get this, we'll get this. We have 26 dodge now. Oh my god, yes, please. And we'll get some extra damage there. So, the difference there is that I think in Brotato, it is more possible to kind of continue scaling into the late game, and you get to make more decisions in the late game because the shop is bigger and they have more items available that are relevant in the late game. While in Brotato, from my experience so far, and please keep in mind I haven't unlocked everything yet, but on the other hand I have also played the game for over a day of in-game time at this point, so you know, eventually I do have to feel like this judgment needs to be made. In Brotato, I don't get that same feeling of, oh, I get to continuously upgrade. One of the differences there as well is that in Brotato, when you sell something in the shop, when you sell your units, you sell your weapons, you actually get a lot of the money back. While in Brotato, you get hardly anything. You can upgrade it, but if you don't, you're just not getting a lot of money back. And that limits what you can do. Oh, we'll buy a gun. Do we want glass cannon? I think we go glass cannon, right? Knockback actually sounds kind of fun too. Yeah, we lost some armor, but that's okay. We actually have a good amount of armor. And we just want to kind of deal more damage. So while standing still now, we get plus 40% evasion, which is quite a lot. Now, maximum evasion is 60, and this is how much Brotato copied Brotato. Wanna guess what the maximum value for evasion is in Brotato? It's 60. They took these same numbers, they copied it whole cloth. Alright. Probably need to start gathering stuff pretty soon. We also need healing. So in our build here, a thing that we kind of have to get soon, I think, is some healing. Some lifesteal or health regeneration. That should be next in line here. Armor engineering max HP. I think armor is probably better than max HP. Hey, 4 health regen. That's good. Perfect. This right here is some damage. I mean, I guess we'll take it. There's HP regen. That's good. We will get extra armor for sure. And then here, this is fine. We don't really care that much about speed anyway. Do you want to get the sad tomato for 8 HP regen? I mean, that's probably fine, right? Let's get the sad tomato. Look at how much health regen we've got now. Because we start the wave with less HP, but the start of the wave is usually pretty calm anyway. So we have a bit of time to just heal up. They are now even more dangerous enemies, as you can see. And they are ranged projectiles, so that's why standing still can definitely be a problem. But with how high of an evasion we've got and how much health regen, we should be just fine. Ooh, are we? Ooh, we're taking some damage. Alright, time to move. Yeah, let's be careful, yeah. Don't want to die just because I'm lazy and trying to kind of prove a point of standing still. Just because we are stronger if we stand still doesn't mean that standing still is always the correct choice, right? Ooh, careful. Nice. Got it, we're fine. Let's come here. How much dodge do we have? So we are already at maximum when we stand still. Probably don't need to increase that. Let's just get some HP. You will get the warrior helmet, free armor, and extra maximum HP. Ooh, what is this? We lose attack speed, but that's okay, right? That's a very scary item. That seems nice. Let's get the heavy bullets. I would say Brotato has done a good job of copying the game. Oh, they absolutely did a good job copying the game. I'm just not sure if that's something we should praise them for. Whether or not they did a good job copying it isn't really the question. It's more like, is it a good thing to do that in the first place? Yeah, we're kind of getting fucked up a little bit. Alright. Need to heal up. Yeah, I don't know if I actually like that sad tomato anymore. I kind of regret buying it. Like 8 HP region is nice, I guess, but it feels like it's overall reduced our survivability a bit instead of increasing it, which isn't so nice. All right. We'll get more range damage. This is too late. Max HP, no thank you. 9% dodge. Ideally I'm looking for armor. Am I looking for armor? What am I looking for? Oh man, I guess I should have taken the bigger dodge. Let's just get some attack speed. We'll get this. And then roll here. No, we don't want the hat. So the thing is, if we stand still, we get 40% extra evasion, right? So it's fine if we reduce our evasion all the way down to 20%, but then we are weaker if we run. But I think I just take the 8 HP. I think that's actually a big kind of question here. It's just like, is it okay to do what Brotato did? And I think that's where we really have to ask ourselves intent. Did you just want to make a game? Or like, because you thought it would be cool to make it? Did you copy a game whole cloth because you thought, hey, I like this game and I would like to just kind of play it on a different platform? If so, I don't think anybody would be particularly mad with you. But did you copy the game and then monetize the shit out of it? Well, that changes the equation a little bit, doesn't it? I don't know. To me, it does. Alright. Ooh. We're almost there. We almost made it to the final boss. Recycle this. I'm not going for turrets just yet. I know turrets are good, don't worry. I know. We're just not doing it right now. One thing at a time. Oh, this one would have been great earlier. Okay, so far this is all very bad. It's another SMG. I guess I can just pick that up. I could combine my two pistols into one of these and then buy it another shredder. There's another pistol. I guess that's better than this. Alright, and do another roll. Ah, there's another laser gun. Alright. We'll get the attack speed though. And I think that's it. Let's go into the final boss. Now this is the guy. Now here's something that Brotato also changed compared to Brotato. And this is actually, to me, the biggest example of where their monetization has led to a worse game. In Brotato, you have to go... Sorry, let me maybe start this a bit differently. In both games, the goal for each wave isn't to get a certain number of kills or anything like that. It's just to survive, right? There's a timer, and you need to survive 60 seconds. And that's it. It doesn't really matter how you survive these 60 seconds. In fact, in a Brotato, there's even a character called the Pacifist that's all about surviving without actually fighting, without actually killing anything. And that's a perfectly viable, acceptable way of playing the game. Once the final boss comes around, Brotato introduces a secondary win condition. We can either survive this wave for 90 seconds, so it's a bit longer because it's the final wave, or we can kill the final boss. So I just killed the final boss, and that means we won. Great. Fantastic. In Brotato, once the final boss comes around, you have to kill it. The game actually changes its win condition. It no longer says you win by surviving, you now win by killing the boss. And if you don't kill the boss, you lose. 1 second. And that's a huge difference because, of course, by changing that single question, but that single thing, Brotato changes its win condition at the very end. which is a trap for players who feel like they got so close to winning, but then didn't quite make it. Because Brotato has already got your purchase. They now want you to have a good time with the game. While Brotato wants you to feel like you got so close so you try again. Oh, I'm just missing one item, so I guess I gotta buy the battle pass. Oh man, I am just bordering on success. But I'm not quite getting there, so maybe I just need to buy one of these things here. They want you to get frustrated, but just frustrated enough that you want to continue playing, but play in a way that requires a purchase. And that makes a worse game in my opinion. Like as a game, it is less fun. Anyway, let's go out and play a different character. So there's a bunch of characters that I've already beaten the game with. As you can see, I'm currently working my way through them. We'll go ahead and just select a character. Which one sounds fun? The Saver. Plus 15 harvesting, plus 1% damage. For every 25 materials you have, you start with 1 piggy bank, plus 50% item price. Wow, that sounds insane. Also, hey Butterfly, thanks for the 51 months. Appreciate it. Pacifist? I gotta say, I don't think Pacifist is all that fun. Like, it exists, but it's not my favorite. I didn't really like the run. I did beat it with Pacifist, but like, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't really vibing with it. Alright, so we start with Piggy Bank, right? That's kind of God tier. So let's just kind of get something here. We'll play on difficulty 0 again. Although I think for the next run that we do today, we're gonna go ahead and ramp up the difficulty. Now, I think at this point, it's also time to kind of make a clear cut, and we're gonna stop talking about comparisons to Brotato. I really like Brotato, the game, and I think it would not be fair towards the game if I spent the entire time talking about a game that ripped it off. That seems like a bit of wiener behavior, if I'm honest. So, from now on, we are more interested in what's going on here than we're interested in what's going on over there. Oh, Piggy Bank means we get 20% of our money as resources at the start of a round. So really, what we just need to do here is we actually just need to play for survival for a little bit. Because as long as we just accelerate that, we'll actually be totally fine. Since we get 20% increase, that means like you got a lot of money really, really quickly. Let's get some luck. Let's get some dodge, whatever. And should we buy some weapons? I don't think we really need them yet, right? Let's get ourselves some money. There we go, at 157. Alright, we're not able to kill anything anymore. Well, kind of. So we probably should buy something. Or we do play some sort of like more pacifist approach. We could do that. But I think... I don't know. I think for now we'll just kind of see what we get, I guess, in the next shop. There's more damage. We care more about survivability, right? This right here, 4% dodge, 4 harvesting, but we lose melee damage and range damage. We could play elemental then. That seems good. Yeah, fuck it. I think we just go, right? Who needs items? Something I also really appreciate about this game, by the way, is that your little potato changes what it looks like as you go through the run. You can see I've got this little bee sash now, which is funny. That's just like one of those minor things. Let's be honest, this game is not the prettiest game out there. That's actually something every time I play this on stream, people show up and they're like, oh, well, this isn't all that beautiful, is it? And yeah, I mean, I don't think I can convince you that it is, right? But I think it works. I think it's perfectly fine. To me, it's acceptable. Let's get some HP regen, that's fine, and we'll just kind of keep building up our income. Probably gonna start buying stuff like in 1 or 2 rounds. I mean, for the time being, we are actually plenty fast and we don't have to do anything else. This is also, by the way, almost certainly not the most effective way to play this character. I am playing the character for the first time. We probably should have just gotten some weapons early on, because then we can get some actual money from clearing stuff. And that combined with the piggy bank is probably more income than relying entirely on the piggy bank. Because right now I'm really just not getting any resources from killing things. And that seems a bit silly. But you know what, that's just what we're doing right now. Ooh, nice elemental damage. Let's go. Elemental damage is like a mage. Kind of. You'll see. You'll see. Don't worry. As we get to it, it'll make sense. But elemental damage primarily relies on just setting our opponents on fire. We're quite good at setting our opponents on fire. And if I'm completely honest, I think elemental damage is actually probably the second best strategy you can have while playing this game. The best strategy are turrets. I do not like turrets, unfortunately. So we will have to look at turrets at some point. But from my experience with the game, turrets are by far the strongest way to play it. They kind of trivialize the game in many ways. And unfortunately, I don't find them very fun. Where turrets is basically just a strategy where you go for a stat called engineering that increases the power level of your turrets. Oh my god, I'm almost dead. Whew, that was kind of close. Maybe we can get some speed, so we can run a bit quicker. Alright, pick up this. This decreases our harvesting. We can get a second shift, maybe. Alright. So we've got like a little bit, I guess, now. A little bit of damage. I don't know, I just think it makes sense to have something I can use to defend myself. But of course, if we spend too much of our money, we're not building up the money, so that's kind of a problem. Ooh, gotta be careful here. Yeah. Alright, we picked up a chest, that's nice. Yeah, we lost. That's okay. Let's try this one again. I think this time around, I'm not gonna go all in on the piggy bank right away. I will just kind of ignore that for a bit, get myself 6 weapons, and then we go for the piggy bank. Because I think not having it at all us not having any weapons at all just wasn't very smart. Oh, nice, harvesting, that's very good. And I'm not gonna be picky in what we get. I will just get anything we can have. Like, it really doesn't matter, just give me any weapons at all. A character with 6 weapons is just drastically more powerful than a character with 1. It doesn't really matter what the weapons are, just as long as you have them. Alright. Just pick up automatically at the end. Yeah, but they heal you if you pick them up. I was kind of hoping to get some HP. Ooh, elemental damage again. Well, I feel like we gotta go for elemental damage now, right? Like, we've already talked about it. Alright, let's keep going here. So elemental damage is all about putting your opponent on fire. That's actually the strategy I was talking about earlier. So there are some upgrades that are really interesting, I think. Let me just describe a strategy. Maybe we'll get to do it today, maybe we won't. I don't know if it's even any good. But the way elemental damage works is that it basically just wants to put opponents on fire, and then they burn through a debuff that's based on the elemental damage, and then you kill them that way. It's pretty effective, to be honest. Alright, and we can get some money saved there. There is an upgrade that makes it so whenever you attack an enemy, you have a chance to put them on fire, even if it's not an elemental weapon. Then there's a weapon called the SMG and a weapon called the minigun. And both of those have incredibly high attack rates, although they don't do a lot of damage. And then there's an upgrade that makes it so when you put something on fire, it also sets nearby things on fire, and it spreads the damage. So a theory that I've had for a while now, and I wonder how good it is to take those really fast attacking weapons with the upgrade that makes it so that when you... I don't think we need anything else here. We just chill. That makes it so when you deal damage, you have a chance to set them on fire. and then with the fire spreading damage, and then you go into highly odd elemental damage instead of like range damage, which is what those SMG and minigun usually are. And I feel like that should be really powerful, because like one of the things about the minigun SMG is that they actually kind of suck. Like they're not very good usually in my experience. But I'm thinking that if we can turn them into elemental weapons with the setup instead, it might actually be quite worthwhile. I don't know. We'll see if we get a chance to do it. Funnily enough, we actually had all of the pieces for it last run. But I didn't go for them because I wanted to keep it a bit simpler. No, don't think I will go for this. We'll get some extra luck. And we'll just chill. Ooh, this is actually really nice. Oh, but it's so expensive. Ah, that's fine. We'll go for expensive stuff. That's fine, that's fine. It's really nice because it reduces our damage, yes. But our character, remember, inherently increases how much damage we have based on how much money we have. So since we already have a lot of damage just at its baseline, getting something that increases our stats at the cost of damage is generally pretty nice. Alright. In terms of weapons, I'm probably going to buy upgrades. I don't really want to sell anything right now because, again, selling is actually quite expensive since you don't get a lot of the money back. Alright, look at that. Yeah, isn't that going, like, way better? We have way more money, too. I should certainly not have... certainly not have played the way I did before. But now we know. Let's get more harvesting. And we could upgrade our lightning shift. That's okay. Let's just do that. Let's just go for that. Very nice. Take these guys down. Now, Brotato does something in its like core design that I generally am actually not a big fan of, which is what I like to call kind of like downside design, where it's a bit of a trap that I think people fall into. You see it a lot in custom games or in like custom hero ideas or stuff like that, where people will basically make a character or a game mechanic or some sort of upgrade or something that is nice and powerful and interesting, but then they will say, ah haha, but if you want this, then you get this downside. And generally speaking, I always find that a bit frustrating. Because I think, why add the downside? Just let me have the thing. It's fun. We can get another one of these. And with this, our projectiles pierce. Oh man. It's useless right now. I don't think I go for it actually. It doesn't do anything for our current setup. We would have to maybe go back to like a gun setup or something like that. And I just don't really want to do that. Now, I'm generally not a big fan of downside design. That's actually one of my least favorite things about Slay the Spire, for example. Slay the Spire has upgrades that you get as you beat the first act of the game. There are 3 acts. After you beat the first act and the second act of the game, you can get really powerful upgrades that like increase specifically your mana pool, but they often come with a downside, and the downside is usually that you just can't use one game element anymore. So you now just, there's like an upgrade that says you have an additional mana every round, but you can no longer use potions, or you can no longer upgrade your stuff, or you can no longer use the shop or earn money, something like that. And to me, that's always quite frustrating, because I find that to be... Oh, we could go engineering. We don't have to buy weapons at all. Screw it. We had 1,000 gold. We want weapons. This build wants weapons. We're going weapons. We're actually doing a lot of damage now that we're building up so much money every round. Look at that. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I find that kind of downside design to always be a little bit frustrating. Because my attitude in games is generally, I want the player to be able to do as much as possible. I want the players to feel powerful, and I want them to have an exciting experience where it feels like it's their understanding of the game and their creativity of the game that's being tested. And I find removing or limiting game elements is something that doesn't play well into that. If I say, oh, you no longer can use this right here if you pick up this element, then I find that to be just a frustrating experience that restricts me from actually playing the entirety of the game. It's just how I feel, right? I'm not saying that that's some sort of absolute opinion, but that's just how I feel. All right, we'll get this again. And 1 second, apologies. So, something that Brotato does that I find interesting within that discussion, within that framework, is that it does have those kinds of upgrades as well. And I have to say, they are my least favorite upgrades, right? I think the upgrades that say, oh, your HP is now capped to this number, or your movement speed can no longer go past your current number. There's a couple of upgrades like that. I find those to be the least fun and interesting upgrades in the game. I basically never buy them because they just always feel bad. I only buy them in the last round because I just don't find them particularly interesting or exciting. They don't encourage me to do anything specific. They just say, oh, you can no longer use an element of the game. And I'm like, but I want to use elements of the game. Damn it! Oh, I should have bought some. Okay. Sorry, one more round. I want to get this one. We were close this time. I got a little too greedy there. I think around wave 10, 11, 12, we need to really start actually buying stuff. What round were we on? Like 12? Yeah, that was definitely too greedy. Let's get some armor right away. Buy this and this. Round 8? That was not round 8. That was not round 8. Round 8 is not that hard. Alright. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, and those kind of upgrades, I don't think are really all that exciting, and I don't like them very much. But something that this game does do, and the upgrades that do this, I find quite enjoyable, are the ones that present me with like a really powerful thing, but then give me something silly. So I really like the ones that require me to stand still. I think that's a great way to do downgrade design. Because what that does is it says, hey, if you stand still, you'll be really powerful. But obviously standing still is really bad. You don't want to stand still. But you can move. And that's really interesting. To me, that gives me like a choice to make. Now, why you say, why is that downgrade? Well, usually they become with a significant downside. They like significantly reduce your speed. But what's important is they don't remove your speed. You can still move. You can still walk, right? And I feel like that's a really big difference there. Is that this game often will present you with downsides, like it presents you with downsides all the time, right? With lots and lots of items. But then it either gives you ways to fix that downside, or it gives you ways to use that downside, or it just makes it so that it's a choice. And I think that's really fun. I think that works great. So honestly, this game has pushed me a bit more towards being more accepting of downgrade design, if I'm honest. Although I still don't like the way that Slay the Spire does it. And let me just say this, I'm quite critical of Slay the Spire because I think it's a really fucking good game. I think it's amazing. Do we want this? I don't think so. I think right now we just want to keep saving. All right. So it also applied to resource limitation. Buying 6 weapons always means you lose the mechanic of buying more weapons. I'm not sure if I would agree with that. I mean, there has to be a limit on how many weapons you have. Because otherwise, you know, you just have 7 trillion weapons. That feels a little bit silly. So I wouldn't consider that a downside. That's, to me, is just more like a basic game rule. See why it's called potato now? You little potato egg. You are a little potato. You are just a little tiny potato. Okay, well, let's just get range, right? Ooh, we can get lifesteal here. So medical, which is this right here, gives us... No, medical gives us health regen. Ah, okay. Do we buy anything? Ah, okay, I think... How are we feeling? No, I think I'm just gonna get more elemental stuff. More elemental stuff, that's fine. Trying to limit myself to no more than 7 eggs a week based on what we read yesterday. That's good. I'm glad that our egg discussion pushed us into a good direction here. We learned yesterday that you're not supposed to eat more than... Well, no, that it's fine to like loosely eat like an egg and a half a day. Like apparently that is perfectly fine. But like, it's also fine if you eat more, but you probably shouldn't eat more than like 7 eggs a week, loosely. And then there were some people in chat that were confessing to their, frankly, ridiculous levels of egg consumption. Like, outrageous amounts of egg consumption. Alright, let's get this guy, and then we just chill. We just kind of hang out here. Burn everybody down, no big deal. So we have 600 currency right now. Oh, I need to be careful. Oh man, okay, we need more defense. We definitely need more defense. And probably just need to buy some stuff. Alright, pick up our stuff here. Good. Yeah, I'll get 8% dodge. That sounds nice. Give this a roll. 5 health regen or 9% speed. But I think we get the 5 health regen, right? Oh, there we go. Look, we got our speed. That's nice. And there's more HP regen. Yeah, who needs luck anyway? Right? Okay. Yeah, no, the thing about eggs, this is what we read yesterday. There was a study. Apparently, so something that people will say is that, like, eggs have good cholesterol, so they are fine to eat, and you don't need to worry about the cholesterol in eggs, because eggs have a lot of cholesterol. That's just a thing. And that is true, but, like, even the good cholesterol, you need to be limited. Right? Like, yes, it's not... You're not actually just injecting poison, but you still don't want to have too much of it. At least that's how I understood it. 3 eggs a day too much. Yes, like way too much. If it's every day... Again, if it's once, that's totally fine. But if it's every day, then yes, that is like drastically too much. You should not be eating that many eggs. Okay. Again, you should be aiming for like 7 eggs a week, about. Right? It's not, you don't necessarily need to think about it on a daily basis, more on like a weekly basis. Like you can probably eat, like what was the number? I think, again, you can eat like 1.5 eggs worth of cholesterol per day. So I guess like it would probably be fine to have like 10 eggs a week, loosely. But I am not an expert, so don't ask me. Look it up yourself. And don't yell at me if I don't have it entirely right. I'm not just telling you about the article we read yesterday. Alright. Did you guys like my expert? I'm glad. Alright, so we're doing some good damage now. Gotta gab up all of our stuff. Free armor is great. Let's get some elemental damage. Oh my god, yes. Wait, no. Is this good? Does this put things on fire? No, it doesn't set things on fire, right? This turret doesn't actually... No, it doesn't actually set things on fire. Okay. I think I will buy this. The chameleon. Do one roll. This is nice. 30 luck. And then we just chill? We just chill. Your favorite type of build in this game yet? Or no, I don't think so. I have a least favorite. I don't think I have a favorite build. I wouldn't say that. But I'm not a huge fan of the torrent builds. Although we will do one as well. Don't worry, we will get to it. That sounds as if I don't like the game. It's not that I don't have a favorite because I dislike all of them. I don't have a favorite because I think they're all pretty cool and pretty fun. Right? It's more of like, oh, it's hard to choose because there's so many good ones. Then, oh, it's hard to choose because they all suck. Ooh, come on. 1 second, 1 second. Oh, we're fine. Never even close. Alright, let's get more harvesting. Roll once. This one is generally nice. Unarmed fist. Power fist. Explosive. Oh, it's probably good, isn't it? Alright. It's so expensive. I'm losing all of my money, but like, we can't keep going like this. We are dying. I hope this explosive fist pops off. It's actually a weapon I've not used before. I unlocked it pretty recently. Well, so far we're doing okay. Explosive weapons tend to be nice because they're AoE. There's actually not that much AoE in the game. Melee weapons tend to be AoE, but they're melee, so that's tricky. But explosive weapons are nice because they are actually a pretty big explosion radius. So you can do a lot of damage with them. Thank you for the sub, by the way, sorry. I saw it. I can't read your name right now because I'm trying to avoid dying. Yeah, we gotta be kind of careful here. Alright, good, good, good. Ooh. Alright, so I like the weapon. It's doing well. Hey, Joao Pedro BC. Thanks for the 11 months. Oh, that is actually kind of nice. Plus 3% damage at the end of each wave. Hell yeah. More armor? Yeah, let's get more armor. More dodge while standing still. Do we already have this? We already have a chameleon. Oh, that's nice. Alright, so I sell this. I get the second one. Let's do a roll. Another one of these. So if I stand still now, we have really good evasion, right? We're doing another standing still build, I guess. That was not the plan, but it's just, you know, if we get the upgrade a lot, then I suppose we should go for it, right? Nice. Gonna pick up my stuff soon. So we're primarily looking for the flamethrower. That would be the best item. Okay, we gotta be a little careful here. I gotta pick up my stuff too. We gotta actually, you know, Make sure we're picking up our resources. Nice. More armor, right? Okay, good. More wand. I mean, this seems fine. We're not really critting. This is fine too. We're not really critting. Okay. It's the happy face in the top right. Huh. Oh no, I've never seen that one before. Does anybody know what that happy face in the top right is? Is that our character maybe? It could be the character. An indicator for level up. Ah, that makes some sense, yeah. These big guys are a problem because they just kind of stand. Oh my god. No! Why? Let's try a different character. Or should we keep going? This is just gonna be the entire video. It's just me trying desperately to win the game with this. I really thought this character was gonna be super good. But I guess the 50% increased item price is really quite impactful. Because, like, it feels like I should have a lot of money, but I really don't. I really don't have a lot of money. I think let's try a different character for now. So, there's the Saver. Sick. You take 1 damage per second. We've got a lot of lifesteal. And we have minus 100 HP region. Why not? You know what? I've been wanting to do a run that's kind of lifesteal centric for a little while. That sounds kind of fun. Here, why don't we get the medical gun? And you know what? Let's actually play on difficulty... No, wait. Well, we'll stay on difficulty 0 for now. So this guy... Oh, wow. This weapon is terrible. Alright, so we're taking 1 damage. That's a problem. And we can't really get any HP region, right? Because we are at minus 100. We could try to increase it anyway, but the odds are just... It's just not gonna get there. Alright. Oh, look at that. Minus 10% damage for standing still. Oh, wait, no, that's the weapon. Yeah, okay. Let's get the medical gun. Oh, hell yeah. Let's get some more medical guns, I think. Alright, friends. This is how medicine works. Welcome to medical school. We've got weapons. Guns, primarily. So the thing about the medical weapons is they have lifesteal, right? But the medical attribute gives us health regen, which is actually pretty terrible. That doesn't help us whatsoever, right? So maybe we actually don't want to go medical. Although the lifesteal from the weapons is nice. But I guess the idea is that we can get lifesteal just from any weapon because we have 25% inbuilt lifesteal. So medical actually probably not the right way to go. Just because we're not using its main attribute. 30 range is nice. Can get a club. Just club some people. Punch him down. I do enjoy the kind of like weightiness of the melee weapons, right? They just come in and like smack things. It's nice to be able to just take down a big cluster of enemies without much trouble. All right. Ooh, engineering. No, we can't use engineering, really. Engineering doesn't make too much sense. Let's maybe go for a melee build. That seems fun. There's a chopper and this. The reason why we can't use engineering is because engineering doesn't use any of your actual upgrades. It doesn't use lifesteal, for example. It can lifesteal off of it. So we would not be able to like heal with it the way we're healing with this stuff. Oh. Let's do a melee build. We haven't done a melee build yet, right? Let's do a melee build. I think that sounds like a bit of fun. Mm, 10% attack speed is always good. I don't really want the stick, but I will actually take this medical gun. Oh, hell yeah. Here. Circular saw, 70% lifesteal. I think I will lock these two as well. We might keep like one ranged weapon around because we already have this medical gun at a fairly high level. We can combine it to level it up all the way to level 3. Again, selling is something to be avoided. And honestly, if I was in charge, that would be something I would change about this game. It's not that I think selling should be, you know, easy or free or anything like that. It's just right now, it is so costly. It is so inefficient. I think you get back like, it seems like 10% or something of the money you invested into it. I feel like that could be 30, 40, maybe even 50%. It could be a lot more. Sure, let's increase the number of enemies. We're not afraid, are we? Not afraid even a little bit. Alright, there's more medical guns. We get this, we get this. I think I combine these two. Buy this medical gun. That ghost axe would be nice, but we're saving the ghost weapons for a later run. Ghost weapons are crazy good. Alright. We gotta do a run on a higher difficulty soon as well, I think. But first, I gotta make up for the fact that I just lost, what, 3 times in a row? How annoying is that? It's nice to have this lifesteal, I have to say. We definitely want to tank up. We need to reduce how much damage we take, and then we can just stand in the middle of things. Because of our incredible healing. The more enemies, the better for us as well. Because that just means more targets that we can heal off of. Alright, there's more armor. We don't care about this. We do care about this. No, thank you. There's another club. That's good. Ooh, this one is tempting. 40% experience gain is actually quite a lot. Do we want the bean teacher? Do we want to give up 2% lifesteal? Nah, we're keeping our lifesteal. I don't want to give any. I want to give up any lifesteal. We're keeping all of it. All right. Never give up lifesteal. We have some speed that we can trade in, though. All right. And here we go. We read the new Jujutsu Kaisen chapter. No, we don't read leaks. Well, no, we do read. We read the like once the actual translation is out. But I personally don't like reading the just kind of very speculative Twitter leaks, because they are always wrong and always written by people that are then reinterpreting what's actually going on. And then people reinterpret that, and at the end of the day, something completely different from what actually happens in the chapter is what people think happens in the chapter, and it's always just really irritating. So I usually read it on like first aid. It's a headcanon of headcanons. It's a mistranslation of a headcanon of a headcanon of a mistranslation. And it's just, I think it's silly. Alright, let's get some more harvesting. We don't have very much. Ooh. Friends. We have some heavy clops. Look at these bad boys. 2 of them. That's brutal. We could go for more primitive, I guess. I kind of want to get this medical gun. Sell this, buy here, give it a roll. Yeah, let's get more attack speed. Nice. Sick caveman. A sick caveman that's just healing himself with the blood of his enemies. That's me. Look at that power. I mean, yeah, we're definitely taking some damage, but we're also healing so much. So really the only thing that we need to do is we need to keep scaling our damage and just make sure we have enough survivability so we don't get immediately overwhelmed. Now look at how many kills we're getting. It's crazy. Enemies have a 20% chance to explode when they die? I mean, we gotta take that, right? 2 melee damage, 100% chance to deal damage to an enemy when dodging their attacks. Yeah, that's nice. Well, we don't have any dodge yet, but we'll probably get some. Let's get some melee damage. We're melee city. Reduce our speed. Oh. There was the other medical gun. I missed it. I was about to get annoyed with myself, but then there it is. Alright, so we've got a maxed out medical gun for what it's worth. Which isn't actually really that much, but we got it. Oh, there we go. This is nice too. These right here are all great. Sure. Let's get some more melee damage. So, we have 9 armor, 6% dodge right now. Man, we're strong. I mean, if we're following Dota logic, then actually, if we're relying on lifesteal, we don't really want that much HP. We just want other survivability. Specifically, we want armor. Because then the lifesteal heals a higher proportional amount. Oh my god, guys, I'm working on the Phantom Assassin video right now. And, did you guys know that Phantom Strike used to not work on magic immune targets? It used to be, you couldn't Phantom Strike a target that was magic immune. That was so terrible. Like, Phantom Assassin, you would think that, yeah, well, she's like a late game carry because she's shit early on, right? But for a long time, Phantom Assassin, she would get to the late game, her opponents would buy BKB and NKB, and then her W didn't do anything anymore, and her E didn't do anything anymore. Q didn't scale anyway, so it already became useless. The hero literally just didn't have a way to fight in the late game. At all. It's wild. Oh hey, this is just free, right? We're never gonna get any HP regen anyway. We can sell this, we don't need that anymore. I'm thinking we want both these. Alright, I'm gonna need you guys to actually like spawn in though. Yeah, it's probably fine to keep that like max level medical gun. At least for a little while. I gotta kill the ranged units. The ranged opponents are just a bit of a nightmare. Yeah, some waves are just smaller. No, thank you. This is not good. This is great. I've actually decided against this. I don't want to do the standing still thing again. Do I? Ugh, no, it's fine. We'll go for it. These two also, we also lock that, right? We lock everything. Alright. This was before they separated physical and magical? No, it wasn't. They were physical spells. What I'm talking about was true until TI 5. Ever wonder why you never saw the Phantom Assassin before that point? It's because Kyo hadn't been playing Phantom Assassin yet, really. That's it, actually. She was still bad at TI 6. It's just that TI 6 MVP Phoenix were playing and they had Kyo on their team. And I'm pretty sure Kyo just was bitten by like a rabid, I don't know, honey badger. The dude, I don't know what they put in Kyo's like water, but that man needed to relax a bit. They've never seen a player that aggressive before. Okay, we buy this, we buy this. We roll. Don't want to give up any lifesteal. Don't want to. Don't want to keep it all. This is fine. This is okay too. Wait, no. This is not okay. It is kind of okay, actually. It is so funny. We've been watching, that's been this morning. We were watching a bunch of TI 6 matches of MVP Phoenix, where they were playing Phantom Assassin and Kyo was playing Phantom Assassin. And that man just went in non-stop. And he just believed that Phantom Assassin was gonna carry him. He would just say, I'm gonna crit you. I'm gonna crit you down. There was this one team fight where, I think Kyo was the last player left alive, and 3 players from the opposing team were still alive. And Kyo had like 20% HP. And he could have just run away. You know, he was the most farmed hero on his team. He was really important. And instead, he just goes right in. He just goes right in. It's great. Love Kyo. Nothing. That's fine. Assume it wasn't PS Blur used to just give her evasion, make it disappear on the minimap. Yeah, the way Blur used to work for a long time is that it made Phantom Assassin invisible on the minimap if the opposing, if an opposing hero was in a 1600 radius around her. And yes, I didn't say that the wrong way. If somebody was next to her, then she wouldn't show up on the minimap. Which is truly a baffling decision, I have to say. Why would it work that way? I'm the only one who thinks that doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's nice. We're really strong. We can just kind of hold our ground here, right? Don't have to do anything else. Ah, yeah, we don't need range. Melee damage is good. Roll a bit. Oh, another club. I think I get rid of this chopper here. Don't need that, do I? And how much melee damage do we have? 37. Do we want to give up some of that for dodge? Probably. That's probably fine. Our damage output is actually so good. kind of crazy, isn't it? Yeah, it's nice. Because of our really high lifesteal, we can just go for these melee weapons. Melee weapons are brutal because they all have AoE. Right? And they are also often just good damage. But of course, they're melee, so that's a downside. But we don't need to worry so much about that. Wind Ranger was weird too when she couldn't attack while moving. What are you talking about? No, Wind Ranger, like, had her current ultimate where she can move while attacking. It's the only ultimate she's ever had. Before that point, the hero just weirdly didn't have an ultimate and you had to skill stats. No idea why Valve chose to just randomly not give this hero an ultimate. But there just wasn't an ultimate, so you just had to skill stats and that was just it. Do we want the stick? Probably not. I kind of like what we've got. Yeah, all of this is kind of mediocre, I think. Yeah, we can get this. That seems fine. Is the PO tooltip from old Blur wrong? Blur her body to disappear from the enemy team's minimap and far from enemy heroes? No, it's just that it was changed to that after TI4. Like, that was the original implementation of Phantom Assassin, though, had Blur work the opposite way around. Which, again, didn't make a lot of sense to me. Ooh, we gotta be careful of these big guys. Because they will just kind of camp out on top of you and then repeatedly trigger damage. And that can be a problem. It's a bit hard to see what's going on, isn't it? We'll get some extra HP. Ooh, a jousting lance. But I have to say, not good, right? Because it deals less damage while we're standing still. And we are kind of standing still. Probably don't actually want it, which is a bit disappointing. What about this? 3% damage at the end of a wave. It's 9% damage total. Ugh. Max HP. Oh, hell yeah. These are good. We get ourselves 6 melee damage. And then we can lock this too. I'll take a bit of extra lifesteal. I think we're happy about any bit of lifesteal we can get, right? I think with this build right now, we're not really looking much for synergies. I feel like the weapons we have are just strong. Isn't that fine by itself? Doesn't need to do anything else. That's definitely something about this. As far as like auto chess games are concerned, I think this is a game that definitely puts less emphasis on its synergies. Like, yeah, it does have synergies, but the effects you get from the synergies are mostly just stats. You just get stats. We'll get more melee damage. No, let's get more lifesteal. Fuck it. Lifesteal City, right? Ooh, another club. Do we want this? I don't think so necessarily. Let's have a look at our damage here. So this did 9,000 damage. This did 7. What? This bad boy did did more damage? That's crazy. I really thought these clubs were popping off. This shit is doing nothing. I think we can probably get rid of this medical gun by now, right? Let's get another club. Brain power. Friends, we are very smart today. We're fighting with the power of Brave Man. Caveman Brain. Brave Man Cane. Ooh, maybe that medical gun did actually offer a lot of healing, but no, we're fine. Okay. Really hope we don't fucking wipe again, though. Not this late into a run. Mm-hmm. 8 melee damage. I think I get the dodge. I think we have enough damage. We don't care about range, right? There's another medical saw. I mean, this thing is going hard, right? I can combine these two. I don't have enough resources if I sell something. So I'll just keep that. But I would gladly take another medical saw. That thing is going nuts. Alright, this is a good wave so far. I like the enemies in the wave. Like, really, a lot of our performance just depends on what opponents we're going up against. If there's a lot of ranged units, then we struggle a bit. But against melees, not a problem. We just bonk them as they get close. Oh, they get bonked good. Look at that. Just spectacular performance, I think. I'm proud of all of us. And let's get some armor. Alright, let's combine this. We have a big old club now. We'll get another circular saw. We'll get a bit more here, a bit more there, and a bit more here. Look at that. And these are our final stats. Now, by the way, we could go endless as well if we want to, but we'll just go for wave 20. Alright, so this guy, we're just gonna kind of keep hitting him. I think we're gonna try for a kill. Our damage output seems high enough. Right? That seems doable to me. You know, our damage output isn't like super fantastic, but it's not terrible. Alright, he's leaving. Ah, we're not that fast. That's a problem. Alright, I'm just gonna try to keep... just gonna try to stay close to him so we can keep bonking him. Come here. Hey! Very nice. And we unlocked something. Unlocked the whetstone. Just a nice item there. Alright. Let's do a new run. So, what else do we want to do? Farmer. 20 harvesting. Harvesting increases by an additional 3% at the end of the wave. Plus 1 harvesting when picking up a consumable while at maximum health. And minus 50% materials dropped. I mean, that sounds kind of fun. This right here is the Ghost Ethereal. Plus 10 damage with Ethereal weapons. Oh, do you guys want to do an Ethereal run? Let's do an Ethereal run. I think you guys aren't ready for the bullshit that are Ethereal weapons. So here's what Ethereal weapons do. They have 3 of them. There's Ghost Flint, Ghost Axe, and Ghost Scepter. They each give us, the synergy gives us evasion. And you can see here, they all have a similar effect. They give us attack speed for every 20 enemies we kill during a wave with this weapon. Damage for every 20 enemies we kill. And max HP for every 20 enemies we kill. So we just farm stats. We just farm stats like crazy. We can play on a higher difficulty for this, probably. How about we just do difficulty 2? I've just arbitrarily decided this. Let's do difficulty 2. So these weapons kind of suck at first. That's why I start out with the axe, because the axe is the best at getting kills early on. But as soon as you get a couple of kills going, you start just getting huge. Recycle, don't care. And we have no armor at all, right? So let's just get dodge. I'm the best at the video game. It's just truly spectacular performance. Alright, get these. Although I think that's actually guaranteed. I'm not sure how exactly the mechanics work. So you saw right there, we do take quite a lot of damage if we get hit because of our negative 100 armor. My immediate guess would be we take 100% more damage because of that. But we can check. 87%. Okay, let's roll Ghost Scepter. That's it. That's all we needed. All right. So now all we need to do really is we just need to farm these weapons. We upgrade them whenever we get there. But primarily it's just gonna be a matter of letting the enemies or letting the weapons make themselves powerful. And they become really, really powerful. And in the meantime, we will try to make our character as tanky and strong as we can. We will get more dodge. We'll get more speed. Get another Ghost Scepter. We'll get this. That seems fine, yes. Upgrade the axe? No. So, the thing is, if we upgrade the weapon, like, yes, we do in theory scale faster. But we are also slower at killing stuff. Because a single weapon in this game is generally much weaker than, like, a level 2 weapon is weaker than 2 level 1 weapons. So by upgrading, we would be able to kill less enemies, which I think makes us scale slower. But I might be wrong, but that's the impression I've generally had. We will get some harvesting and okay, cool. So we've got 2 of each, which seems nice, that's appropriate. And now we just upgrade, right? So this is kind of the thing about the ghost weapons. They make for really easy runs. They also make for runs that kind of don't require a lot of brain power, if I'm honest. Because all you have to do is you just buy the ghost weapons, make sure you have a reasonable distribution of them, and then you just let them handle it. You just need to survive. And because they enhance your evasion, and evasion is a really good attribute to enhance, it's not even that hard to survive. Don't want this. Yeah, we'll get some attack speed for what it's worth. And then get the ghost axe, get this. And we don't want to take any risks with this, really. Oh. Ha! Ha! Okay, friends. Well, will you look at that? So, you have a 75% chance to dodge. We probably want to increase our harvesting. But you can already see here, we've gotten a total of 4 HP. And 2 attack speed and 2 damage. Which isn't that much yet, but, you know, that stuff adds up. Like 0, sure. Well, actually, having low luck has probably been helping us. Because if we have high luck, we get higher level upgrades, but the ghost weapons are usually, like, they can appear at level 0 or level 1, right? So there's a diluted pool there if we go to a higher level. Which wouldn't necessarily be ideal. Just get more dodge, right? Max HP, why not? This and this. Roll. Let's get the Ghost Flint. Do we want this? It's more dodge. We lose range. Getting range is pretty easy. It's much easier to gain 15 range than it is to get 5% evasion. So I think that's fine. And you can see these weapons are actually already popping off. There was just a little bit of a moment where they weren't that powerful, but now it's just free. And they will just keep scaling. There are certainly some weapons and some characters that seem a lot more powerful than other options. But I think that's just kind of inevitable. I don't see that as like necessarily a failure of the game. Especially since they're fun. Wait, no. We want to lock this for sure. For this run, we want the additional enemies item. Probably. I'm a little cautious. Because I'm a bit worried about the taking 87% extra damage thing. But we're probably fine. I just kind of want to give us some more time to get that extra HP going. We want to get some movement speed. And we want to get evasion up to, I think 90 is the maximum of this character. So we want to make sure we actually have that 90% evasion. And we do. We had 92% evasion. Very good. Well, that didn't take very long. Let's combine this and buy this Ghost Flint. Do I want lifesteal? I definitely want some healing, right? We'll need to figure out our way to heal. That much is certain. This right here seems good. Projectiles pierce. And I think I'm willing to give up a little bit of evasion because we can just get 4% back, but those are a lot of damage values. And we are at 92% evasion right now. It's probably fine if we don't have the maximum amount right away. That piercing is so good because now our ranged weapon became much, much more powerful. And to be honest, I am most concerned about farming up HP. Like, we're gonna get damage and attack speed anyway. That's not so important. But HP is a little bit tricky to get. So it's good to make sure to just kind of farm up HP. If I may offer one last observation about the difference between Brotato and Brotato. And this has just been my personal experience with it. But I find in Brotato, I usually struggle more with dealing enough damage, while in Brotato, I usually struggle more with survival. And that's just kind of a difference in like the available tools that are available and the balance of the game, right? But I think it's still an interesting observation. Alright, there's our range. See how I said earlier we can get range easily. There's our dodge. Alright, so we have infinite dodge. That's good. I don't think I want this. More dodge, more harvesting, but I don't want to reduce my damage, do I? No. We don't mind losing elemental damage. Do I care about HP regen? Not really. And I don't actually care at all about armor. I think armor is not something we need. Is this going to be uploaded? Yes, I'm trying some new things here. Something I've been thinking a lot about is like what to do. You know, let me just go... talk about Baumi as a product. And when I say that, I don't mean me, myself. I mean the channel. Now, admittedly, it's very similar, right? But let's just, I think to properly analyze it, we have to think of it as just as a product, separate from me as a person. And in that way, it's a Dota channel. I think at its most basic. And I think it's a Dota gameplay channel. And now a question is, there's also the interpretation of, well, yes, it is a Dota gameplay channel, but it's not just a Dota gameplay channel. You couldn't just upload Dota gameplay and then be done with it. No, it is Baumi's Dota gameplay channel. It is me. So the question now is, how much does it matter that it's me and how much does it matter that it's Dota? And I don't think there's necessarily a clear-cut answer between the two. It's not that obvious. I don't think I want this. Do I want this? We wave... No, we wave 11. We do want that. That's fine. We don't want to reduce our luck, do we? Reduce HP regen is fine. Night goggles. What is this? Max HP, -1 armor. Crit chance. Huge crit chance. Crit chance is 6% right now. Is 2% right now. I think I can justify both of these, to be honest. So, for example, I have this idea, what I think would make for a fun YouTube channel. Something I would like to do, possibly. I don't want to set anything in stone right now, but maybe you guys can tell me how you feel about it. So, I think what would make for a fun channel is basically, and I'm going to start out by describing it as a game review channel, but I want you to immediately forget about the game review thing, okay? I'm just doing that to set the scene. But basically a game review channel where I play a variety of different games as they get released, or even older games, I don't really mind. But the point of the channel isn't so much to give recommendations based on whether or not games are good or bad. I don't want to make that judgment call. I don't feel qualified to make that judgment call. What even is a good game? What even is a bad game? I don't know. But what I think might be interesting, instead of focusing on what's a good or bad game, I would like to instead look at games through the lens of if they are interesting. Which of course is very subjective, but you know, that's fine. The goal of would basically be, the format would basically be, I upload a video about a game, I first introduce the game, how it works, what it does, and so on. Then we play it a little bit, and as we play it, I continue explaining how it works and what are the details. And then I tell you what I find interesting about it, what I think this game does well compared to other games, how I think it expressed certain ideas, what I think makes it worthwhile, and what we can learn from it if we're looking at it through the lens of a designer that is studying these games. Which is how I would view myself. And that, I think, would be really interesting. It would present a different perspective, it would present a very clear perspective, where the idea isn't necessarily if the game is good or bad, it's more, is it interesting? And that's a judgment call I feel fine making, because it's just my opinion. Probably it's fine. That's nice. All right. So that would be like the idea there. Instead of focusing, like basically making like an indie game or game review channel, but instead of focusing on is it good or bad, we're focusing on is it interesting. And I wouldn't show any games that I didn't find interesting. And it would only upload like 1 or 2 videos a week, basically, as I get around to it, as I play a variety of games. And what that would allow me to do, the reason why I think it would be good for me, is it would allow me to just play a shit ton of games. I would just get to play lots and lots and lots of games and learn from them and study them and learn what I find interesting about it. For example, like this game right here opened me up a bit more to the idea of downgrade design or downside design. Because I think it does it in much more interesting ways than I had really seen in too many other games. Because something that I think I am not particularly happy about, and I think makes me less qualified than I would like to be, is that I actually haven't played that many games. I just haven't. I haven't played that many games, and I want to play more games. I want to play, also I want to play a lot of board games. When I say games, I don't just mean video games. Man, when we get hit pretty hard, don't we? I really need to find a way to heal. Because we don't get hit that often, so we're like fine. But the problem is that we don't have a way to like recover HP after we get hit. So we kind of need to find something that will help us there. Ooh, nice. Also want to lock this, that's for sure. Yeah, lifesteal, or I just picked up the garden thing that drops healing things we can pick up, which is nice. Luck is also good. Luck gives us a chance to just drop healing when we kill something. So there's lots of ways to get some healing. But I think that's really the only problem we have right now. Most of the time we don't really take damage anyway. It's just that when we take damage, I think it would be good to have just some sort of way to recover that loss. Which is currently a bit difficult. Yeah, lifesteal is probably the best way. No, health regen? We just need to make an effort towards it. But on that channel, we could also do stuff like, hey, I made a game, right? Like, we instead of just like saying, okay, well, here's an interesting game and then leaving it at that, we could take the lessons we learn and then actually just make some games out of them and see if we can make them be fun and interesting. You know what I mean? All right, we've got 14% lifesteal. They would usually be just, you know, board game prototypes pretty much, but like, that's fine. I think that's something that would be neat. But the question is just, is it better to explore that on a different channel? Or is it better to do that kind of stuff here? And I don't know the answer to that. I don't even know if this is the answer that I'm looking for. Right? Maybe my answer that I'm really looking for is to actually just kind of move away from YouTube. I don't know. A big question that's currently on the table is, I don't know if Squarespace is going to review my contract. And, yeah. Now, that's not unusual. The fact that it's not been renewed yet isn't weird or suspicious. Don't think that. Or it could be fine, but it also could not be. But if it isn't, then if that contract isn't renewed, then that's actually a bit of a problem. But we'll figure that out then. Ooh, this is nice. We do some damage, but that's okay. We get 20 melee damage. 20! That's crazy. I don't have enough money. Yeah, you can see, by the way, why the ghost weapons are filthy, right? Like, this is a higher difficulty run than any of the runs we've done so far. On a character that I haven't played before, I'm not familiar with yet. And it's just so easy.
Get your hot dogs here.
Hey, American Trollbot.
Howdy, Baumi.
Thank you so much for the 51 months. Appreciate it. But yeah, don't worry. I don't expect any of you to know the answers to any of this, because I don't know the answers to any of this. Oh, nice. Oh, I don't think I care about that. Do we want range? I'm really looking for lifesteal. There we go. Get the mammoth. Oh, another mammoth. Well, I guess why wouldn't we, right? I think after this round we want to kind of check how many stats we have actually gained. Because that's a bit interesting, isn't it? Ooh, we took some damage. Ah, but we have some actual lifesteal now. Yeah. The 14% lifesteal are really important. What does the line on the dodge stat mean? It means that that's the maximum. So we're currently, I think, at like 96, while 90 is the maximum. So while we have 96 and we can like remove it, it only counts 90%. But we could, for example, reduce our stat by 5 and it would still be 90 then. So it kind of makes it like a trading element more so than something that's actually useful, but hey. Alright, so we get the mammoth. Alright, so how much have we gotten? We've gotten 61 health from this one, 65 attack speed from this, 21 attack speed from this, 14 damage, 54 damage, and 42 HP. Brutal, right? And now a standstill thing? Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what we're doing a lot, but I really don't need it, to be honest. Crazy, isn't it? It was so powerful. I mean, getting the 2 mammoths certainly helps as well. But yeah, we're basically invincible at this point. You can also see that every once in a while a stat will pop up. That's every time that happens. That's when we gain a bit, you know? Alright, now I gotta just pick up my money really quick. It's just running right through things. No respect. And there we go. Another 3% lifesteal seems good. Don't think I care about any of this. Melee damage, max HP. We lose some range. That's fine. We have lots of range. We can give up on range. Ooh, I would have loved this. That would have been really, really nice, but that's okay. Alright, let's just go into wave 20. Or do you want to try out Endless? I think maybe now would be a good time to explore Endless a little bit. We haven't done that yet at all, right? Now, for Endless, as long as you beat level 20, the run still counts as being won. Which is why I personally think it's a little weird that they make you make this decision now. Right? Like, I feel like, okay, if that's the case, why don't you let me just beat round 20, give me the satisfaction of a win screen, and then let me decide whether or not I want to go into Endless. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, that it's instead at wave 19 where I have to pick between the two. But I guess, like, now the round doesn't end here. Is that the difference? I don't know. I feel like he could have just actually given me the satisfaction of an end screen, of a win screen, and then let me go into Endless. And then sure, just give me another win screen. Who cares? It's just a bit of a matter of presentation, I think. I feel like the presentation would have just worked better there if that came after I beat the game. Alright, so from here on out, our harvesting is going to be going down. To be honest, we don't really have a lot of harvesting anyway. So it's not a particularly big factor here. I think I'll get this. Reroll. Extra stomach. I don't think I care about extra stomach. I mean, it would just be farming extra HP, and maybe I should have taken it. I don't know. So now we're in wave 21. To be honest, Endless is actually pretty hard. I think the furthest I have made it is like wave 28. The units get pretty significantly stronger as you work your way through Endless. Although this is pretty trivial right now still. Get some more luck maybe? We definitely need to scale our weapons here. We actually haven't gotten a weapon upgrade in quite a while. Alright. Well, we'll see. So we have some scary bosses here now. Although, to be honest, we are so strong. Do I even care? Oh, I do care. Holy shit. Okay, never mind. We don't want to just stand on top of them. I see. That is not advisable. Because that's a lot of hits that come out if you just stand on top of them. I wonder if there's any value to like trying to fix our armor. There isn't really anything else that we need to do. And if I get my armor to like not minus 100, like even down to like minus 50, that's actually pretty significant boost in survivability. Don't think so. Oh, I guess. Oh man, but that's like the opposite of what I was just saying. So harvesting is pretty much useless at this stage anyway. Alright. I wonder how far we're gonna make it. I mean, we're like stupidly powerful. If we wanted to, we could also replace our weapons with like better weapons, but I don't know, I just kind of want to keep farming. Because, you know, as far as weapons are concerned, the ghost weapons aren't actually that good. But I suppose we also don't want to lose the evasion. Sorry, hiccups. Nice. Not a problem. Ghost flint. Oh, there's another axe. That's good. Go for some engineering. Or not, though. Alright. Yeah, resources are definitely starting to run low. I mean, that's what the game wants to. Like, it actively reduces your access to harvesting. Well, it's called endless, but you're not supposed to actually be here endlessly. Ooh, that's great. 25% extra damage. Sounds fantastic. Man, we just have no money, do we? That's great. We'll definitely want that. Alright. So, I'm gonna need money. I think ultimately that's what it comes down to, right? I mean, I'm trying to pick up as much of it as I can. There's just a very limited amount available. The good news, though, is that we're not really falling behind. Ooh, ow. Okay. When we get hit, we take a lot of damage. That's scary. Mm-hmm. Ugh. Ghost Flint. We're on wave 26 now. Oh, look at these guys. They can actually take some of our hits. That's crazy. Yeah, the opponents, they are definitely scaling up. One thing I want to really praise the creators of this game for is I thoroughly appreciate how economical it is. Like, I see how this game was made. Like, I can see the production process in front of me. And I fully appreciate how straightforward it is. And I really, like, this is kind of, yeah, no. It's not beautiful. It's not. But I promise you it also wasn't expensive. Right? Like, and I think for what they presumably spent, they got a lot out of it. I'm gonna try to get armor. Is that a terrible idea? Fuck it. Right? We gotta try to get there somehow. We have basically infinite everything else. The only thing that's really a threat to us is actually getting hit. And that's only because we have so much minus armor. We don't even have to get to 0. Like, if we just get it down a little bit, it's still armor. Just because we had a negative 100. I mean, I'm currently assuming that armor works the way it does in Dota, but it looks to me like it works the same way. The fact that with minus 100 armor we had 87% damage increase makes me think it works probably more or less the same way it does in Dota. Which means that even at minus 100 armor, we actually want to get armor. That's actually the correct call, because it still reduces damage. Pretty significantly. Alright. Going endless. Yeah, we're on wave 28 right now. I mean, I don't know how endless we will be. Well, we're working on it. Because for our effective HP, it doesn't actually really matter that much if we had 100 armor, or if we had 0 armor, or if we had minus 100 armor. It's actually all pretty much the same. Either way, our effective HP will go up more or less by the same amount if we just increase our armor. Alright. No, I don't think that's that good. Oh, the tardigrade might actually have been nice. Alright. So we had negative harvesting now. Albertino. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. It's just not that easy, you know? You can't just, like, make a channel. Because I'm not somebody who makes YouTube channels because I think they are fun. I make YouTube channels to make money. And that's not something I think is very fun. I wish I could just make them because they were fun. I wish that was the main criteria I could focus on. But unfortunately, I do have a family to feed. Holy fucking shit. What is going on? Look at how much crap is attacking me. Okay. Yeah, you got me. There's no living that. I don't think we stood a chance there. That was insane. Look at that. Well, wave 29 isn't too bad, is it? I think that is the highest I've gotten. Yeah, I've gotten wave 28 here with an engineer. Alright, I'm talking about engineer. The only thing left to do is to do an engineering run. Right, I promised you we would do an engineering run today. I think it's time to do an engineering run. Let's see if we can find a character that makes sense for an engineering run. This seems like a fine character for an engineering run. Oh, this guy gets an upgraded potato. No, it's fine. We'll get the wrench. What difficulty? Engineering is kind of broken. I haven't played this character yet, though, so I kind of want to just beat him on difficulty 0. So we're just gonna go with difficulty 0. Like, I could probably beat it on a higher difficulty, but I just want to play difficulty 0 specifically so that I get the unlocks, you know? Alright, where is the tree? Oh, man, no tree for me? Alright, good. Okay, so we want to get harvesting up as quickly as possible, right? That's just the most important thing. So how does engineering work? You can see these wrenches, they give us a little turret, and that turret attacks things. Now, what's important about the turret is that the turret actually works independent from all of our other stats. Our attack speed, our attack damage, our range damage, our elemental damage, all of that does not matter for the turret. The turret doesn't care. The turret only cares about engineering. Here we go. So we upgrade engineering. We upgrade engineering. What that does is it means we have a shit ton of stats that we just don't care about. And that's like part of the reason, or really the main reason why I think engineering is the best strategy in this game. Because with every other strategy, you have to worry about multiple stats, right? You kind of want attack speed, and you want damage, and you want ideally to have some sort of like specific damage boost to your physical or elemental type or whatnot, right? So with every other stat, you need to worry about that. With engineering, you just don't care. You don't care. It doesn't matter. You just buy the turrets and shit like that as it pops up. And then that's it. Another thing is that engineering has access to items that drop, or like that appear in the shop, that just spawn turrets like the one I just got. And that turret doesn't cost anything. It doesn't take up an inventory spot like the wrenches do. I just have an extra turret now. And it's not like the monsters can interact with the turrets. There's also no limit on how many turrets we can have. We can just have infinite turrets. Which means we can just, you know, spam the entire map with them. So, what do we need to do with engineering? Really? We just buy the turret stuff. We buy money. We buy survivability. And you can see right here, normally I would have to consider here, do I care about this damage? Like, is max HP worth losing damage? With engineering, yes, always, because the damage doesn't matter. Here, harvesting instead of, like, do we lose melee damage? Do we need to worry about that? No, we don't care. HP regen, we lose lifesteal, doesn't matter. We don't do attack damage anyway.
Hello there.
Hitting an enemy lose 10% of their speed, that's great. Hey, Ignacy, thanks for the 26 months. Appreciate it. So you just spam turrets, and the turrets scale completely independently from everything else in the game. And there are lots of really, really powerful turret upgrades. And sure, I do, strictly speaking, have a weapon here. But let's be honest, these weapons really don't matter. I have two weapons. I have the wrench, which spawns a turret, and I have the screwdriver, which spawns these little mines. But funnily enough, both can be bought. Both those effects can be bought independently in the shop as well. Yeah, let's get some max HP. None of this is something I care about. Oh, I'm fine losing range. Don't need range. Why would I need range? I am gonna lock this, but I want the experience gain, I want the HP regen. Do you see what I mean? Like, by the way, I hope it doesn't come across as if I'm just, like, telling you how shit this is. It's fine. I don't hate it that much. Like, that's not my point. It is my least favorite strategy, but it's not like I super strongly dislike it. But I just kind of I'm trying to explain what makes it so powerful. Engineering is super, super strong, because it kind of ignores the rest of the game. You can just focus on only one stat and survivability, and you just ignore what else would be going on. And that's it. And then you just kind of go from there. Alright. And then we just pick up money. Level vest, that seems fine, yes. More engineering is good. Let's roll this. 4 engineering, fantastic. There's a wrench, there's more harvesting. This is nice. This is also nice, and this is also nice. Alright. Perfect. But yeah, you'll see later on how our attributes will look like. It'll be a little bit silly. But you can see the turrets are actually really powerful. And there are some filthy turret upgrades. Like, absolutely broken stuff. The best one is the one that makes it so that whenever you kill a tree, you spawn a turret. Which is fantastic, because as you just saw right there, turrets will kill trees for you. So trees will spawn in, the turrets will kill the tree, and now you've got an extra turret. You don't even have to do anything. No. Trying to pick these up so I get extra harvesting. We are at 90 harvesting right now. I don't think I will... Oh, we got another turret. Great. Here we go. We got dodge. That's fine. We'll buy this. And we'll back. Back to fighting. There we go. Another thing that is kind of funny about turrets, because they're spread out across the map like this, it makes the map feel a little bit empty, doesn't it? Like, there just aren't really a lot of enemies that spawn in, because as soon as they spawn in, they get killed by the turrets, so we don't really get to see them. Alright. We'll go ahead and come over here. Oh, this guy, we want to kill this guy. This guy drops a chest. Oh no, I don't do any attack damage. Okay, we got him though. Nice. Shoot 6 alien eyes around you every 3 seconds, dealing 18 damage each. This is based on our maximum HP, which is great. We'll get extra armor, we'll get free engineering. 20% of your materials at the start of waves. Perfect. And I don't think I even need the fruit garden, to be honest. Let's unlock this. We want the bee though. And then we'll go. Now we can farm up a bunch of money. Because we don't really need anything else. Yeah, we got the piggy bank. Which earlier we didn't have the most success with, but it should be pretty good here. As for the music of this game, just like I thought, I have to say, I find it very generic. I don't know how you guys like the music. It's not bad, I wouldn't say that. But it's like, I don't know. It doesn't convey any specific atmosphere or vibe. It just feels like, here's some generic, hype, like fast-paced electro music to make you feel like you're doing, you know, a lot of stuff. It's not really something I find to be a strength of the game, if I'm honest. And yeah, we just chill. Because right now we are just farming. We get 20% of our money at the start of each round, so we don't want to spend too much. I will spend on level ups because they're permanent and we want to make sure we get good ones there. But other than that, we don't really need anything else right now. Turret upgrades wouldn't be too bad, but we'll get there when we get there. If we have a chance to get some money, I think that's better. This is something where I think this game doesn't do a very good job at. But again, I feel like the production of this game was a very economical production, and I don't want to be too harsh on it for that. I think that's fine. But I don't think this game does a very good job at conveying any sort of atmosphere or anything like that. I actually think that is the bigger sin. And I would even argue that possibly that's what people talk about when they say this game isn't very pretty. Where it's like, yeah, it isn't very pretty, but that's not really the problem. The problem isn't that it's not pretty. The problem is that it doesn't really have an atmosphere. Right? Like, what's the theming here? We're Brotato fighting these weird purple alien guys. I don't know. And I'm not saying that it needs a story, but it does need theming. Theming is everything. Alright, so we have a higher level turret now, which is nice. We have 1,000 money. To be honest, we might need some upgrades now. It would be nice to go another round without spending it. We would get a lot of cash. This is great. Let's do a roll. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Landmines. One more. One more. There's another wrench. Okay. This seems fine. Alright. It's just the game is actually starting to get hard now, and I don't want to lose the run at this stage. Because I got too greedy. Like, we could maybe make more money if we continue going for the piggy bank saving. But it's probably just not actually that beneficial. We're better off just upgrading some stuff. We haven't gotten too many screwdrivers yet, which is a bit of a shame. Screwdrivers are nice because they are AoE. So you get a nice little explosion that can be very beneficial. Alright. Tree Stein, one hit, that's perfect. We'll get some extra HP regen. Harvesting increases by an additional 8% at the end of the round. That's so good. That's so good, actually. And we got it. So this is the most broken thing we can get. Brotato is a single dev game in a series of 3 potato games in the same art style. It's not that the game is not pretty, it's the style that the dev is sticking to that doesn't vibe with general audience. Same goes for music, I think. Looking at trailers, it's the consistent style of electronic music. Yeah, but like again, like my problem wasn't so much that, or my problem isn't so much that the game isn't pretty. I don't really mind that it's not pretty. The problem is that it doesn't have a consistent, like, element to it. It doesn't really theme. Like, why am I a potato fighting aliens? Like, right? Okay, let's get this, and we'll increase how much HP we get from consumables. So, by the way, this is what I mean. Look at our stats, right? You see how there's such a huge chunk of it that's just red? Because we just don't need it. We don't need any of those. In fact, the damage and elemental damage, they can also go. Where's the lore? You know, it's not that it needs a lore, but it just needs like some... Lore helps. That's like the thing, right? Like, let me be honest, and I'm gonna be the guy to compare everything to Dark Souls, right? But the thing about Dark Souls, the reason why Dark Souls works so well is because it has, yes, it has a lore. But let's be honest, when you're playing Dark Souls for the first time, you have no fucking idea what's going on, right? You don't know what's happening. Like, what the fuck is happening? No clue. But that's fine. Because it still works. Because the fact that they put in the thought to make sure that it fits within this world that they have built means that you, as the player, get to have a consistent experience across the board. We just get more armor, I think. We just keep tanking up. More harvesting? Yeah. More alien eyes? Yeah. And there's a screwdriver. I think I will combine this and then buy the screwdriver. Right? So it's not actually the lore that matters. It's the fact that the creators put thought into what the world means. And that is what matters. I mean, if I may bring up our own game, I think Sweet Dreams Alex did a really good job in that regard. We put thought into what elements make sense for this environment, for these characters, for this world. And it doesn't need to go that far, right? It just needs to be a little bit of thought put into it. To me, that is my biggest criticism. That's the one thing that I really see as like the biggest problem with the game. Because I think having some good, consistent theming across the board really goes a very, very long way. Engineering for elemental damage. That actually seems kind of fun. We get another thing we can potentially upgrade. Maybe something like that. Also, by the way, have you noticed how we just beat that last wave and it didn't really feel like there are any enemies? You see how we're in this wave and it feels like there's just actually no enemies, really? Like, compared to when we were playing before, right? When we were playing before and we got to this stage of the game, it felt really like action-packed and oh my god, there's a huge amount of enemies and we need to dodge them and we need to be careful. But right now, it's just kind of... Hello? Where did everybody go? Yeah. That's why engineering is a little silly. Don't really have to do all that much. The turrets will take care of it. Sure. Some elemental damage. I think I want to get HP instead of engineering right now. I'll get luck. We will upgrade the wrench. Alloy. We lose dodge. But we get actually a lot of engineering. Nah, that's not worth it, right? No, I think I care more about my survivability. More tree spawn. And hey, look at that. Elemental damage. And we can actually pick this up too, that's fine. Also increased elemental damage. Yeah, I know, that's why I said. Like, it gave us +3 elemental damage and +3 engineering, so it would have been like a lot of engineering. But I don't really want to give up survivability. I think our damage output is just fine. More survivability is just more valuable right now. We don't need to do anything else, I think. Just gotta make sure we pick up all of our stuff, kill the tree. That spawns a turret. Pick up all of this. There's another tree here, which just kind of gets passively killed, which spawns another turret. Look at that. Yeah, I'll take this. Nope, don't want to take that chance. We'll get 4 more engineering. We'll get a bunch more armor. More armor for... but we do some damage. +1 damage for every permanent speed we have. But we don't care about that, right? But we've got another screwdriver. So that's nice. There's another screwdriver. Very good. Do I want this screwdriver? I think so. To explode, but we don't have any damage to really use that. This is fine. And this is also good. And I don't think I want that wrench over there. It would take too long to upgrade. Hey, Forza Kenneth, thanks for the 59 months. Appreciate it. Alright, we'll pick this up. The prime example of good theming in video games. I think the best theming, probably, of all time. For a simple game, like this. And I think you all know which one I'm... do you guys already know which game I'm gonna say? You guys already know. It's Plants vs. Zombies. It's the best theming. That's because it's so clear. So clear what everything does and how everything works and why these kinds of things function in the way they do. It makes everything trivial in terms of understanding the game. Just really, really good. Okay. We'll get a fruit garden, why not? We can get this for some extra damage. Ooh, nice. A high-level wrench. Doesn't explain why there are plants that shoot versus zombies. Oh, no, no, no. I think it's really important that that's not my point. My point is not that I care why I am a potato killing aliens. Right? That's not it. The problem is that it doesn't really make sense for a potato to be killing aliens. In the way, like, within the context of just, like, our common sense thinking. I feel like I'm really doing a very poor job explaining this. And that's a problem. I need to think about how I would explain this point a bit better. We'll figure it out. Promise in the future I'll be able to make my point in a bit more of an understandable way. Because right now I understand that what I'm saying is confusing, and I'm annoyed by that. But I'm struggling to find a better way of phrasing it that makes more sense. It makes sense to me, but I don't quite know how to explain it. Oh, there's like 12 enemies on the map. Don't care about harvesting anymore. I'd probably just get HP, right? More tree spawn, that's great. I think we don't mind reducing the number of enemies. Screwdriver. 20% dodge sounds great. I will get that. I know we lose some damage, but I don't care. The thing is, I look at Plants vs. Zombies. I can explain to you why what I mean makes sense in Plants vs. Zombies, and I can't explain to you why it doesn't really work for me here. I think that's the problem. Because what makes sense in Plants vs. Zombies is you look at the game and you see, oh, okay, they are zombies, they're coming to your house. So you need to defend your house. Obviously, the zombies want to eat your brains. Done. That's the entire story of it. And that's fine. It doesn't need any more than that. So I obviously don't want my brains eaten. So I defend myself. And what do I have to defend myself? Well, they're coming through my garden. So I'm going to put some plants down. And plants can't move. Well, zombies can't move. So the zombies move towards the plants and I plant the plants and the plants fight back. And it contextualizes the entire game in a way that makes sense to me. Does that not make sense to me? To you? To me, that's just like, oh yeah, okay, so I can follow along here. Hey, look at that. We got maximum dodge at the end of the day. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing here really that we particularly care about. Oh, exoskeleton is fun. And I think that's it. All right, let's go. So, I'm not sure if we can kill this guy. That's definitely a problem with engineering a little bit. Engineering isn't the best at killing the final boss. But as I said at the beginning, we don't actually have to kill the boss. It's fine if we just survive. The purpose of the gameplay is clear. Right, and that's something I'm not getting from this game. I hope that makes a bit more sense. Again, I understand my explanation isn't great. I will try to find a better way to explain it in the future. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, we're not great at killing the boss, but the thing is that as soon as anything else spawns in, it dies without being able to really do anything. So there's like no other enemies on the map and it's just completely trivial. Do you kind of see what I mean with like engineering is stupid? It's so dumb. It's so free. I don't have to do anything. Alright, got him. Wheat. Plus 4 melee damage, plus 2 range damage, plus 10 harvesting, minus 2 elemental damage. Okay, I mean, that seems kind of alright. Alright, how long have we been going? 2 hours and 45 minutes. Ooh. There's not really that much time left. Should try ball? What's ball? This is ball. 20 max HP, 15 HP regeneration, 10 armor. HP regeneration modifications are increased. You explode for 30 damage. When you take damage, you cannot equip items. That's great. Alright, let's play a little bit of ball. So we can't have items. We're just fucking running into people. That's so funny. That is so dumb. Wait, can I not kill this? There we go. So all we need is survivability, right? I can't equip weapons. But like, that means the majority of stuff here is just useless, right? This one seems actually nice. We can get some extra HP because we heal so much anyway. Bonk, 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 bonk. This is so silly. Alright, let's get armor here. Max HP. Do I care about this? I do actually kind of don't. I don't want to lose damage, right? Are we are exploding, right? It says you explode, so I'm guessing 15% explosion damage seems good. Right? That seems sensible to me. Alright, I guess this is the video game. That's really silly. Okay. So let's get some melee damage. Wait, we gain 300% of ranged melee and elemental. But we don't care about just damage, right? Just damage isn't good. Should have done that the other way around. Crit damage is also probably kind of pointless. Hello. Bonk. Bonk. Wow. We actually kind of do a crazy amount of damage. The problem is just gonna be surviving, right? Alright. You say damage does work, okay. But range probably doesn't. I should have gotten this coupon first again. That's fine, whatever. We're doing a nice amount of damage. Never increase the damage again. Alright, so we're already getting to a point where actually we are taking pretty significant amounts of damage. But this should help a lot. Let's reduce this again. So I don't have any harvesting. That's probably bad, right? Like I probably want some harvesting. We don't actually really need that much damage, right? Can we lifesteal with this? Like, is it an attack? Because if so, lifesteal seems broken. No? Aw. That's a shame. Yeah, I gotta get some harvesting up. I mean, I guess I'll try it. We don't want dodge, right? Like, dodge is actually actively bad. So I assume we need to actually take the hit for it to count. There's also probably some merit to just, you know, letting the enemies stack up a bit. And then killing them all at once. Because then we get more value out of our explosions. What a silly character. This is something I enjoy about this game for sure. I like how a lot of the characters in this are just kind of like, do you want to do some bullshit? I'm like, yeah, I do. This seems great. This also seems good. This also seems good. Lots of nice things. Let's get this first. Hey, Crutia127. Thank you so much for the 16 months. Yeah, I'm having a good time. Alright, so these guys are a bit beefier. They can probably take 2 hits, yeah. We're at 93 now. It does scale very quickly, doesn't it? I mean, it better. Yeah, you can see these guys actually can damage us. So we probably want to run a bit, right? Play a bit of defense. This seems fine. Right, again, do this. Group him up a bit at first, and then we take him down all at once. So we take a couple less hits. So we probably want to get ourselves a whole bunch of extra speed. Speed seems like the way to go. Or I want to get up to like at least 15 speed or so. Just so we can outrun things and group them up nicely. Because we have a lot of healing. But we're still not gonna be able to take too much sustained damage. I just don't think the game is really built to allow for that. Let's get some melee damage for what it's worth. Harvesting. We actually kind of need some of that, I think. Mm-hmm. 25% explosion size. Ooh. That seems nice. I definitely need speed. I'm so slow. I've increased the number of enemies, but I think that's fine. I'm not really too worried about it. We're doing 120 damage a shot. It's enough to one-shot the big ones now as well. That's crazy. Really just the damage output is what's insane. I imagine this character is going to be very hard to play on higher difficulties though. Right, like I'm currently just cleaning everything out on difficulty 1 because that's my current goal. Oh, 9% speed, that's good, I was looking for that. Well, range damage and melee damage give me the same amount of damage, right? So like melee damage is just better? Because it scales quicker? 15% explosion damage. Alright. We should have just gotten like a lot of scaling. 210, damn. Difficulty 0. You know something that I think is a bit silly about this game? I really think that if they wanted you to kind of clear out the game with every character on difficulty 1 first, and then difficulty 2 and difficulty whatever, so you can unlock all of the stuff, I don't think they should have made it so that all of the difficulties are available for every character right from the beginning. Because the way it works right now is that you unlock difficulty like 1 by beating the game at difficulty 0, and then difficulty 2 by beating the game at difficulty 1, and so on. And you unlock it at the same time for all characters. And I just think to myself, that's a bit deceptive, because it made me think I should try to just immediately go in and play on the higher difficulties. Because, you know, I wanna beat him at, like, when it's hard. Oh, that's funny. You explode, I explode, everybody explodes. But what actually is more in line with how the game is supposed to be played, from my experience, is that you're supposed to kind of work your way up with each character. So I think the difficulties should be locked for each character based on that individual character. And you have to kind of work your way up. That would make more sense to me with how the game is actually built. And you know, if people complain about that, then they are wrong and stupid, and I don't care. Got some cat checks. Sorry, friends. We're not getting around to them today. I will refund them, though. Don't worry. That's a damage increase, right? We'll take it. I'll get free range damage. There's my speed again. Ooh, more explosion damage. That seems okay. Alright, give me more enemies. I have so many enemies. Yes. Rest in peace, enemies. Alright. We'll just gather them all up. And then we'll just charge right through. Yeah! Very good. Very enjoyable, I have to say. Yeah, you can't really get near us. Like, if I explode, I deal so much damage. I just instantly kill everything. But I am taking damage. Like, I do drop it like to like 50% HP here. Below 50% even. It's a bit worrisome. Because from here the game gets really quite difficult. Alright, get some more speed. I think we probably have enough speed now. This seems fine. I should probably get this and more explosion damage. $386. Absolutely devastating. Gotta chase down the ranged dudes. Look at how fast we are. I mean, it probably makes the most sense to just kind of play this as like a pacifist build, except occasionally you one-shot everything around yourself, right? Like you just try to dodge all of the damage. And when you fail, you just kind of kill the nearby enemies. Instead of like actively ramming them. We get more armor. Oh my god. That's actually God tier, right? That is so much damage. Alright. 470? I think we might have too much damage. Like, this is actually an interesting question now. Like, how much HP do these enemies actually end up with? Because if we end up having like 1,000 damage, right? And our opponents have 150 life, we are just wasting 850 damage. And we are probably better off investing our resources into more survivability. Like, do you guys think we need more damage at this stage? Probably not, right? This is probably plenty. We just need to be able to survive at this stage. We'll get increased pickup range. Just get the armor. Max HP. This is good. Yeah. Health regen. Explosion damage. How many of those do I have? I have 5 of them. 75% explosion damage. 528. I think we just honestly deal too much damage. Right? Like, it's just too much. We do too much damage. Toji balls run. Oh yeah, and I wanted to actually, I didn't want to keep going for another full run. But here we are. I mean, the game is a bit addictive, right? When I was sick last week, I pretty much spent 2 days just playing this game. I did nothing else. That's it. I was only playing Brotato. And it was good. No, it wasn't good. I was fucking miserable. But that's not a problem of the game. That was not the game's fault. That was just me being sick, which is like super fun. No, we just need survivability, right? Oh, this instantly attracts whatever we drop. That seems good. That makes things just a lot easier. Right? Run, 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 run. Oh my god, you are fast! It's the little brain guys here. These guys, they buff up units, right? So they make them quicker. I wonder how much HP the final boss has. Do you guys think we can kill the final boss by just standing on top of him? Probably, right? We'll just run in, stand on top of him, and then just take him down. Alright, get more armor. Ooh. Probably not, right? We don't want to lose HP. Sorry, we don't want to lose damage. These are good. Explosion damage again. Alright, let's go. They have high contact damage, so do I. I have pretty high contact damage, I think. We'll see. Just kind of playing defensively. The nice thing is we don't have to worry about pickups anymore. So we can just focus on our movement. This is some extra damage. I guess we'll take it. More explosion size? I mean, like, yeah. Alright, wave 19. Yeah, those are some big explosions, friends. AoE increases are very, very strong. But I mean, that's not a surprise, right? Who knew AoE was good in a horde mode? Okay. Roll. I guess I'll get the armor. Let's get some extra HP regen. That's so good, actually. Yeah, I think I'll get this. Alright. Do you guys think we can just bonk him down? Nope, can't do it. I think we might need to play for survival. I mean, I do damage. I just need to, like, take some breaks to heal up. All right. I'm just trying to kill. I do think that winning by killing is more fun than winning by surviving. And... yes! We unlocked the gnome. Plus 10 melee damage, plus 10 elemental damage, minus 20 range, minus 20% pickup range. Very good. Very good. All right. We'll leave it at that. So that was some Brotato. Please let me know what you think about this video. And yeah, I guess that's it. And I'll see ya. Let me know if there's maybe a different game you think we could play in the future. All right. Have a good day, everybody.